Good morning. Hi, it's B. We have some breaking news. I really didn't think I was going to come back to y'all until something started happening with the trial. But I don't know if we're going to make it to the, I mean, we will make it to the trial, but okay. Have some things to address real quick, and then we'll get to that. So first and foremost, I have anxiety and I have other issues that is none of your problem and nothing I'm putting out there for any of that reason. Just that's why I started some of my first videos, like I couldn't even breathe to be able to speak to you. So this is really helping me through my anxiety to do this, to put out the content, to do this. And I think, I'm biased of course, but I think that I've improved over time, and I hope I'll get better. And so bear with me, and it's not like for any pity party or nothing like that. It's just that if it sounds kind of different, then it's my anxiety. It's just where it comes from. I've asked on a couple videos ago, I mentioned, and people have given me some constructive criticism, and I've used it and I've improved on things, and I've done things to my channel and to my production part of it to where you can hear me better or see me better, whatever I'm trying. So, but please keep in mind, this is my house. I have a family that lives here. I have people. There's stuff in this home. So one of my things was John Borman. John Borman, you wanted to be heard. I'm going to let you be heard. He said, left me 2 comments. He couldn't just leave it in one. I can't take any, and this is on my Ryan Upchurch video, the last one. And he says, I can't take any of this seriously when you're living in a horde, laugh out loud. And then the next comment separately, couldn't put it all together. I don't know, but clean up your house. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. My husband is very active and he works. I participate in some of the activities, but not nearly what he does. I don't even know how much I can share with y'all. This is a guitar. These, hold on, I got a dog in my lap. If y'all don't know that, she's always in my lap. These are electric bikes. There's 2 of them there, so that's why it may look like you can't make out. There's 2 right here. This is the handlebars to one, and the other one's right there. 2 electric bikes. Yes. Do they need to be in the living room? Probably not. But for the time being, sorry, thought I muted that. For the time being, that's where they need to be due to our living situation. And that's a whole nother issue. So we combined 2 homes a long time ago, and we need to do some work on this home, and things have to move to a different area while you do the work on the other area. It's just kind of how it has to be, and I'm not going to make too much excuses for it because it's clean. It's not a hoarder house, but I'm glad you came over and visited because you can see all that from right here. Probably looks a little busy back here, and I don't know what to do about that, because what you're seeing is this mirror is reflecting this wall, and this is my, thankfully you can't see it, children's pictures, my name B, that's on this wall. So maybe it's looking a little busy back there because you're seeing 2 different walls. And this I change out. It's just something to look at, but I usually have the date correct on here so you know when this video was made. And it says, leave me alone, I'm busy pretending to work. Okay, so, oh, one more thing. This, underneath these jackets, is a coat tree. We have a mudroom on the back of the house, and we don't come in through the back of the house, so it doesn't make any sense to not have stuff here. And you're saying, but they're jackets, it's summertime. True that. It's gonna be 104 degrees today. But my husband's an electrician and he works in refrigerated spaces sometimes, so you still have to have the jackets. I know it sounds crazy, but it is what it is, and it pays the bills, and it lets me sit here and talk to y'all. So anyway, not that I have my own job too, but it it covers the majority. You know how that works. But anyway, so that's that. And then we have Ray Browning. Hey, Ray. Good to see you, Ray. Ray told me I need to wear... No, he didn't tell me I need... He said, would it kill you to put some makeup on? Now, mind you, this was on a video that was about mental health, and I had an anxiety attack that day. And let me just explain that a little bit further. So, on my left eye... I've been through a lot of stress, and there's a lot of stuff going on with it. I made a YouTube friend, and my YouTube friend turned out to be not my YouTube friend, and it's a whole thing. But it doesn't matter anymore, right? We're moving on. But anyway, there was some stuff going on, and my left eye, and this is my bad side, because I come from a history of domestic violence, and he was right-handed, and so my left side is what took majority of the brunt of all of that. So have a lot of issues with my left side. My eye, my ear, mouth, it's this side. But anyway, so I started seeing, and all I can describe it was in this shape, more squared, like half of, missing this side, but like squared. And it was like a prism, like I could close my eye and hold it, and it kind of hurt, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought maybe I was having a stroke or aneurysm or detached retina, or I don't know what, but it ended up being anxiety, part of my anxiety. So took some medicine for that and calmed down, did a video, and then got told, hey, would it kill you to wear some makeup? Yeah, I think it would have at that time. So, listen, and makeup doesn't make, okay, have some makeup on today. Is anybody impressed? I mean, thank you. Anyway, let's get down to business, because I want to get back to where we were. So, first thing I want to do is clear up from the last Ryan Patty video from court. Ryan himself told the court through his attorney that Aaron is not autistic. He's not high functioning. He does not have high functioning autism. Patty mentioned that in court. So I mentioned it in my video because I was reiterating what happened in court. Not that this is true or fact or nothing like that, but I do want to clear up, because that is not something that I want to, it was what she said, but I don't want to have, he shouldn't be misdiagnosed, especially by his mother, if that's, so let's get that straight. I was also had a family member comment on my video this morning saying he is not autistic. Aaron is not autistic. So I want everybody to know that Aaron is not autistic. I don't know why his mother chose to put that into a court hearing, because it's on record, and that will forever be part of this situation, and it's wrong. It's so wrong. Patty Lynn, we're going to talk, because I don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it. While I don't expect y'all to be sitting down for Thanksgiving dinner or anything like that this year, I would hope that you could find some way to fix this. But you're making it worse day by day. And I don't understand why. As a mom to children, I don't understand why you would want to make this like this. Okay, so, couple things. I am not an attorney. I don't give legal advice. I have a paralegal degree, and I'm still not giving legal advice. From a mom to a mom, from a person who's been through court with the domestic violence and divorce and custody, and several things have happened in my life that I've been in court a bit. From that point of view, from that part of me, for the love of God, stop what you're doing, Patty. I don't know how to tell you any other way. You're causing yourself and your family so much trouble and so much drama. But aside from that, so right now they're in civil court. The burden of proof in a civil case is less than a criminal case. And while I'm not saying that she didn't commit any crimes, if these are true, with the allegations, you can still be charged criminally. This is not this is, once I'm through with this and prove my son to be a horrible drug addict, liar, and that's another thing. You started this off by trying to portray him as a drug addict, and he needed an intervention, and I don't know, but I think we all can sit here today and say Ryan smokes weed. I don't think he's hid that from anybody at any time. He's admitted to having done some recreational drugs. So, but what you put out there is defamation. If it's not true, if you harm his sales, his stuff, you can be sued for defamation also, which is another civil. But the stuff that you're doing is criminal. So the stuff you're accused of is criminal. So that's still in the pipeline. That still can come at you. That still can be another case. And especially if you're found guilty of a civil case, it can be used against you in a criminal case. So I just want to, clear some of that legalities up. But first and foremost, Aaron is not autistic, and I want people to know that, because that's harmful to him, to the family, for all that to be going on. So with that, and when I first decided to do this today, I was going to screen share, but she's in a very hostile mood, so I don't want to get caught up in to be struck copyright strike. So I want to play you some things. This one's 59 seconds. Whoops, I just switched to the other one. 59 seconds. And this was, it's still on her page, so you can go to look at it. It's under She Knows. It's going to be linked into the comment section, or into the description. I'm sorry. And so you can see it with your own eyes and hear it with your, I'm going to play it. But so she did this immediately after court. Right after court. Let's see.
Hey guys, I just want to pop on here really quick. This will be the last thing that I'm saying for just a bit. I'm supposed to speak with somebody tomorrow. But since Johnny posted the Zoom from the courthouse yesterday, I have had a couple people reach out to me on behalf of a law firm. Now, I went in and tried to get attorneys to represent myself in the beginning.
I just want to interrupt because I'm keeping it with the copyright, with the transformation, and I'm reacting to it. So if you have people reaching out to you and attorneys reaching out to you, the first thing they would tell you is to stop what you're doing. That's just that.
But because all of the paperwork is overwhelming, and it was such outlandish claims, and it was 211 points, it was hard to sit down with a lawyer and talk about what's going on.
Sorry, that was part of my thing. So I want you to know that she said there was 211 points. It was so confusing. No lawyer is going to look at, they're going to look at that and they're going to be like, cha-ching, I need to charge you for time for this, because it's going to take a lot of time. And so the fees will be there, but no lawyer is going to turn you away because you have 211 points. And no lawyer is going to say, we can't figure that out to answer 211 points. You just take them. You go one by one and you start answering those suckers. So that's not really true.
But now, thanks to Cynthia summing it up in the courthouse and then...
Sorry, Cynthia, because when I heard that, I was like, huh? So she's calling... there's a whole thing I put in the other video about, she's saying that Ryan's attorney, there's a conflict of interest because she's representing her as Blue Moon LLC. The lawyer denies that, but she's calling Cynthia, which is Ryan's attorney, and that's just disrespectful. I just want to put that out there. When you're in a situation like this, you don't want to do that.
Zooming the actual live, other attorneys have watched it, either via Johnny Goble or via just straight that courtroom, and now people are reaching out wanting to represent me pro bono. So thank you, Johnny.
Okay, so where's this pro bono attorney? Because he would tell you to stop it, because what you did today is like 10 times worse. So that's why I came on today. I was going to let that go because, it is what it is. But this morning I woke up earlier, but this morning I pops up at me that she's putting out, she's going to put out all the checks written off of Blue Moon LLC every day. Today's view of a check was for a Corvette. I'll let you, we'll listen to it and go through it, but it's just, please, Patty, please. And then we'll discuss.
The harassment has started all over again, thanks to somebody posting saying that we stole from him. So, with that being said, I want to let everybody know, if you want to see some truth, I'm posting every single check ever written out of Blue Moon. Every one of them throughout the week.
Okay. Let's get one thing clear. I'm sure there's going to be something about checks in the court case, but the main thing that we heard about in that case that I told y'all was $690,000 cash transfers, not checks written, cash transfers. So you showing checks that are written out of Ryan's account for things Ryan purchased? You're harming your case. I'm telling you right now, you're harming your case.
I have every freaking document posted. And I'll go to jail over it. I will. I'll go to jail over posting the truth. To clear my name. See that right there? I don't drive a Corvette. I had to sign off on all of his vehicles, though. You're going to crap yourself.
She's the business manager. She's in control of the finances. Why wouldn't she sign off on these vehicles? Why wouldn't she have the documentation for it?
You see how much money is tied up in vehicles for him and his friends and his guards and his girlfriends, which he did repossess most of them. But yeah, wait for it, because I'm fucking done.
You're done. You are done. I'm telling you right now, you are digging a hole you're not going to be able to get out of. Why did you think any of us need to know that? Why would you put that in? Okay. So I watched a live after the court where she's, I'm not going to talk about him. I'm not going to talk about this. They let it up to believe on Johnny Gobbles channel that they were going to talk about the case. He, not premiered it. He advertised it all day long. Come watch. And then when it caught that time, she's, I'm not going to talk about it. And then she did a little tiny bit. But one of the things that it had nothing to do with the case, but I think if anybody who knows that this guy is one of Ryan's enemies. I hate to use the word. I don't know, because that may not be what he calls it, but there's a conflict there. If there's conflict of interest, it's with this guy being with his mom or talking to his mom. So in the conversation, she says that she's going to take all of the knowledge that she has from working with Ryan for these past, 5 years as his business manager and doing all that, and she's going to help Johnny produce a song. She's going to help him write it. She's going to help him with the paperwork to get all of the rights and royalties to it. And this is just, if you do it quietly, but oh gosh, can y'all believe she's doing this publicly to throw daggers at her son? She publicly talked about her oldest child having a diagnosis and named him. I spoke it in the beginning. I really don't want to keep perpetuating that, but is it Ryan the oldest? I mean, these are just things this woman just keeps doing to harm her son. And from some family experience of my own, I mean, eventually when you draw such, in the beginning you try to be like, oh, this will work itself out or whatever, but the longer it goes and the bigger the crack gets, there's people with the foot on each side of it trying to be not neutral, but stay with the family, to maybe the brothers, let's just use a brother, not anyone in particular, but still have a relationship with his brother and still have a relationship with his mom. But you make that crack go so wide, they get to the point that they have to move to one side so they don't fall down in it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all she's doing is making this divide wider and wider and wider, and we've got aunts and uncles and cousins and children, her children, they're adults, but then there's going to be grandchildren. They're saying, do you want to lose out on all of these relationships? I mean, why are you doing this? So that came across this morning, and someone in their comment section said something to the effect of, why are you showing his account number? Well, I think we can be okay with that, and I'm not saying it's okay. It's so wrong what she's doing. It's so wrong. But I do want to say that I believe, because of what I heard in court, that account is defunct at this point in time, so there's no real harm. I mean, it's harmful because you shouldn't do that. That's personal information. That's private information to not only Ryan but his business. And so there's something that can come of that. But as far as us knowing as the public, we shouldn't. But I don't know that you can't use that account number. Let's just put it that way, because they've closed that account because they were still losing money to her. But another thing, like the Corvette is what she showed us today, and I don't know what else is in there. And she mentioned many cars and all that. And so I don't think it's been any secret that Ryan has allowed people to live in homes and drive cars. And so how does this prove anything, Patty Lynn? What are you doing other than making this worse? Because it's public knowledge that this has happened. It's public knowledge that he buys vehicles on a whim. I mean, it gives them, here, drive my car, here, we've heard it for years now. So, and then you mentioned security, and that's always been a thing. He's always provided a home and vehicles to his security that I know of, and I'm not like one of the diehards, okay? So if I know this, there's people who know this. I just don't know why you're doing it, and I would advise you to stop. I mean, like I said, I'm not a professional. No professional advice given here. Mom to mom, what the hell are you doing? There's going to be no recovery from this. None. You don't want that. You really don't. I mean, I don't know. The stuff you're doing has got me really thinking that you don't want a relationship with him. And I don't understand why, but like I said, it's going to cause the other family members to either cling to you or to discard you. And I don't think you really want to be discarded. Johnny Gobble's not going to be able to hold you forever. And I know, I'm not trying to make light of it. I don't think that they're having a relationship. I think there's something crazy going on there that she would... There's a whole lot about the hush money and everything else. I'm not into that yet. I'm sticking to sort of the court facts at the moment, but if that comes out, we'll sure talk about that. But why would you hook up with this guy? And no, it's dangerous. You're going to crack and fall through the ice. It's not good. So if y'all want to go see it, I'll link them down below. I just wanted to clear up some matters and give you that breaking news that supposedly every day we're going to get new checks, and I'll be on the lookout for that. I don't think it's worthy of talking about every check at this point, but it's something that's apparently going to be happening, so keep an eye out for it, and we'll talk the next time. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do that. You don't have to watch me. I will keep Ryan's name in the titles of the ones that include Ryan or his family, and because I do talk about other things, and so I know that you're not all going to be interested in everything I have to talk about, and so if you look for that in the title, you should find it, and stick around. You may find something else you like. I don't know. Talk to you later. Bye.